Hey, what is going on, guys? This is the SS Ultimate Goku back with another video. And today I'm going to be talking about the premiere, or actually, no, the world premiere of Attack on Titan Season 3, Episode 38. I'm not going to really get into the recap of season 2 because I pretty much have reviewed episode by episode of every episode that was done in season 2. So if you guys really want to get my view on season 2 and all the different episodes, you can literally just watch my review. I have a playlist of it. So that's out there for you. So I'm not going to get, like I said, into what happened in the recap episode because pretty much it's just a recap of the entire season 2 with a couple things that were left out. Also, one thing before we even continue any further, spoilers, be warned. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're going to start now. One thing I will note about the recap episode, which really interested me, though, is there was an entire thing they took out, and that was the entire Sasha thing, of her going to her village, saving that kid, the whole thing with her father and stuff like that. I guess they didn't. I guess they couldn't put everything in there, but they made no reference to it whatsoever. They didn't even show somewhat of that whole thing. I mean, I guess it's not that much big of to the plot that they're going for, but still, I feel like since it pretty much got an entire episode of screen time, I feel like it deserved some type of recognition in the recap episode. That's the only thing I really noticed drastically that they skipped completely in the recap episode, or the recap season 2 movie thing. There's not that many. Oh, by the way, I'm using the poster thing for season 3. By the way, since there isn't really any official pictures out there of the episode, but so okay. So after the recap movie of season 2, basically, they did credits. They did the regular credits, the original animation credits, but it was in Japanese text. And then you have the English, boring credit that they have where it's no music and shit like that because they didn't animate it into the actual animated credits there. Then after that, the way they did this for the movie was for the first episode or whatever, was they basically, after they were done with the regular credits for the English credits for the season 2 movie, basically what they did is they just basically put the credits back up again, but this time they had music. It was in the same format that the regular credits were in, only this time it had music. It showed the cast, listed the cast in the beginning and stuff like that, and then it just basically started up. It just started up the episode. No theme song or anything. It just started right up. It just picked right up just like that. You see, the first thing you see is Eren. He's still, still in all, about what happened, and all this other stuff that's going on. Next thing you know, they're in this freaking, what's it called? They're in this house thing. They do the episode for season, or for the 38 or whatever. So they're in this house thing there, Um, you know, you got Aaron is, I don't know what he's wearing. He's like wearing some apron or something. He's freaking, I don't know, he's doing some type of chore or whatnot there. Everyone's pretty much doing chores in the house. Mikasa and Historia, or do we, we're not supposed to call her, cause yeah, we're not supposed to call her that anymore. We just call her Historia. Historia and friggin' Historia. Ugh. Historia and Mikasa are coming in. Mikasa has, like, she just chopped a bunch of wood or whatever. She's got like an axe in her hand or stuff like that. And Armin is basically telling her, you need to take it easy and whatnot, and Aaron says, forget it, I see you seen her earlier doing sit-ups and stuff like that. So Mikasa is not, I guess listening. um, I thought Mikasa was supposed to take Aaron's orders. Isn't that what? Isn't that the point? So I don't know what's going on anymore. um. So okay. So basically, they go over the stuff, and they go over, what's going on, and with the whole thing with Aaron. And eventually they do like a test thing too with Aaron. Like, I don't exactly know what they were trying to do. I guess they were trying to test his powers out. Of him controlling Titans, I don't know. But when he was going into Titans, his Titan form was really weak. Because if you remember in the last, episode, he couldn't transform into a Titan at all. So, like, in this episode, they show Aaron, like, basically, not being able to do any, his transformations are, like, not working. Or, I mean, he can transform, but he's weak. Like, his legs are weak, everything is weak. There was kind of funny comic by Levi, they don't know what to do, basically. I don't know exactly. Like I said, I'm not too sure what they're trying to do, but I don't know what exactly they're trying to do, because, like, the Titan, like, power, I don't know if they're trying to figure out if he can control the Titans in Titan form, or I don't know what they were trying to exactly do with that. But obviously, whatever they were trying to do didn't work. So then they just said the test's over. They go back to this house that they're staying in, and I don't exactly know what passed by since the events at the end of the second season, but Hanji, she's talking about things about how, she went to this place, remember the priest guy that they, threatened to kill, and all this other shit they tried to do to try and get answers about, what's going on, about the whole, how the Titans are in the walls and stuff like that. We spent the majority of the season talking about this crap. Well, that guy is dead. Yes. After all this, like, hoopla of threatening this guy and, saying that they're gonna kill him, whatnot, he ends up getting killed anyways. So Hanji shows a flashback of her confronting these two police officers, or detectives, or whatever, I guess, that are investigating the priest basically getting murdered. And she doesn't get really that much of a good look at what happened because they won't let him or because she isn't able to see him, and then she tries to play nice, to try and get information to hold the hand so he can. I guess she was doing that to figure out if he was the murderer or not. Which I guess she found out he was, based on being able to touch him. And he gives him a very descriptive message. I know you've done this for righteous, but I will get the revenge or whatever. I don't remember the whole speech she said, but she basically, was a badass saying it. I will get my revenge, on you or whatever. It was kind of hilarious, actually. I couldn't I could not also, by the way, make out the commercial break banner thing that they use, description advised, thing. I tried reading a little bit of it, but once again, it goes too quick. So if anyone knows what the little speech thing was that they do for the commercial break thing, let me know, because I could not read it all in time, because it's only like it's only up for like 3 seconds. Like, I hate those things because it's like because they don't leave them up long enough for you to read them. So, and then of course on Toonami they don't show them at all. On Funimation now they show them, but on Toonami they don't show them at all. I don't know why Toonami cuts them out. They're only like 3 seconds long, and they are helpful because they're helpful information about like stuff that's going on that you might not know from the episode, or if they don't talk about them. So I feel like they're very important to the show, and I feel like Toonami should show them. So I didn't get to see that. So then, also, I should also forget to mention that Sasha tried to snag a potato earlier in the episode too, which she got busted for that. Just putting that out there. So basically, what happens is that they get basically information that they are going to be compromised, or they figure this out, is that they're going to be compromised by the people, from after, Hanji basically tells them, that they're going to be, basically, captured, or they're going to try to capture them, and so they have to leave their little house, house in the middle of nowhere, and act like that we haven't been here. And so they leave just in the nick of time before the house gets raided. So basically they go to the city, or back to where they are or whatever, and they devise a plan. Basically, like I said, they're devising a plan to basically, try to figure out what they're gonna do, because there's police. They also showed a scene with I believe the king. So I mean, this is going up top. This is going right to the top, because they actually did show something from the king. I don't remember exactly what he said, but there was a small cameo of that. I believe that was the king. And so this is going completely to the higher up, and so now the police are basically after them all. They're basically after Historia or Krista, Her real name's Historia. I guess I should just keep calling her Historia now. But um, they're basically after Historia and Aaron. So they when they get into the city, they basically have this whole thing where they decide to have Armin and the other guy pose as, you know, um, Mikasa, or not Mikasa, freaking Historia and Aaron's, I guess, disguise, to figure out what's going on. So the disguise Aaron and Historia, they basically get captured. And they're just by like random, thugs or whatever, not like professionals. And they figure that out really easily. And while that's going on, the real Mikasa and Historia, they're somewhere else. And by the way, just LOL to Armin. Like, I guess the author troll is trolling us really bad with this. Because there was something a couple of years ago where the author actually made a joke about Armin being a female when in reality we know he isn't. He's a guy. I guess that's what he meant. Was like, I think that's what he meant, was that he's not actually a female, but he acts like a female, I guess. Or I don't think he does, but I mean, I guess that was the joke. I guess that was the joke, really, was that, Well, I mean, it kind of makes sense. I mean, Armin could be posed as the female version of Historia, because, they don't, they have the same eye color, they have the same hair, essentially. I mean, his hair's a little shorter, which is kind of weird to see. Well, I think he had a wig on, though. I think he had a wig. I think they had wigs on. But then again, I mean, how could you get a wig on, for Armin if his hair is that, big? So I don't know what they were trying to go for there. But regardless, the thieves are stupid and actually fall for this hose, right? And Mikasa easily overpowers them. Everyone just busts in and just takes them down pretty easily. While this is going on, is Levi, is off somewhere else, close by to where the real Aaron and Historia are at. Basically, he's with this other girl person. I should also mention too, early in the episode, when Historia, or not Historia, Commander Handu, basically, when she left, she got a note from Aaron too to read too, so that's gonna, I think, play into part as well to this episode, or Hachin, I'm sorry. There was also a couple things too I should note too, is that Historia is still, thinking about Amir as well. That was something that was stated early in the episode, is that Amir, Historia still thinks about her, and she doesn't know what she's gonna do anymore. And Aaron is like, isn't saving her, a good thing? And I say maybe, but she chose her own path or whatever. So that's something to note too. That Historia still thinks of her. But getting back to where we're going at with this, is Levi is like, she's with this girl, right? There's also a mention too early on, is that I guess Captain Erwin was confronted by the police as well, so we don't know the fate of him right now. But also Levi basically was talking to this girl that's with him, one of the soldiers that's with him, and he talks about how he was with this this guy, some Ripper type guy, right? And right when he says that, there's a shot fired, and it kills her instantly. And so then he says, "It's been a long time, Levi." And then after that, you just see a bunch of these other guys just jump out of nowhere, that, kind of have the same, stuff on or whatever as Levi does. And, then Levi just, with his badass moment, and, he gets ready to attack. And that's essentially the end of the episode. By the way, also Historia said that the person that you knew before wasn't real, by the way, and Aaron was like, it's good because there's no way someone like you as Christo could be realistically smiling like that all the time or whatever. So I guess Aaron thinks it's a good thing. So basically, the moral of the story is this episode was pretty good. It's kind of weird how it was set up, because I don't exactly know how much time has passed since the end of season 2 to where we're currently at in season 3, but it's clear as day that there is some type of, secret government going on, cover-ups of stuff that's going on with, the Wall and the Titans and all this other stuff. Which is really interesting, actually, when you think about it, that basically it could possibly be that the humans are the ones that are just keeping this war going on, because, it's clear that they want to stop them now because they might know too much now. So that's what it's kind of looking like. It is kind of interesting seeing the way they ended this episode too with Levi. I will note, because a lot of people had said that this season is going to focus more on Levi, and I just couldn't buy into that, because obviously the main character is Aaron, so it wouldn't make sense that the whole story wouldn't be about Aaron. And I think I know what they're doing now. Levi is probably going to get more screen time, because obviously from the looks of it, you got these, I guess, assassins that are, attacking him. But I still feel that it's because it seems like the whole story is going to be revolved around Aaron and Historia, because obviously they're the main targets of, whatever they're trying to do, whether they're trying to, capture them or just try to kill them. But, I feel like Levi's going to be heavily more involved, protecting them. And it kind of indicates that with the poster here is, he's got this big, shotgun, I guess. Interestingly enough, Historia is the only person so far that's wearing something that she wasn't wearing in the first episode. She's wearing this, pink dress thing. She didn't wear that in the first episode of season 3, so she's the only person who was wearing something different. But she's got a gun too, which she didn't have, so she'll probably be getting that in a later episode. But yeah, overall it was a good episode. Also, I want to note something at the end, which I was very annoyed by, but I have to note it at too, is that it says that it is premiering, Attack on Titan is premiering on the Funimation Now on July 22nd, which is in about 2 weeks. Actually, yeah, 2 weeks, which is a Sunday. Obviously, Toonami is the 21st. Which is a Saturday. So I'm assuming Toonami is getting it in 2 weeks, but there hasn't been an announcement yet, so I'm assuming an announcement is going to come this Saturday. But I have no idea at this time. so I can't say. But I mean, I feel like they should have announced that it's coming on Toonami before too, not just Funimation now, since I feel like Toonami is bound to this as well, to my knowledge. So I'm very annoyed that they didn't kind of talk or at least show that. I'm assuming because it says Sunday 22nd. Sunday the 22nd, July 27th, or not 27th, 22nd, which that would be the day after Toonami would air, which would be the 21st, which would be Saturday night into Sunday morning, depending on where Attack on Titan is going to be on the time slot. But yeah, that's just one thing to note. I'm sure we're going to hear something this Saturday. We would have to. We would have to hear something this Saturday, actually, because it would be next Saturday that it would come on then. So I don't know. It would have to be next Saturday then that we would have to hear something about Attack on Titan if it's going to premiere on Toonami next week. So that's about it. Comment, rate. If you like this video or my other videos, please subscribe. And that's about it, guys. I am the SS Ultimate Goku, and I'm out of here. Peace.